Okay, today we decided to get back on the little Generac generator. We've placed so many boards.
What now?
How many electrical boards we placed in this? Five?
4 or 5. I don't know, we have several.
If you call
they go out when we need it.
Yeah, if you call a repairman out, you're probably looking at $1,100-$1,200. So I started just changing them myself, but I'm just tired of changing them. We have electrical surges out here. We've not had a direct strike by lightning, but I know some trees out here have had lightning strikes. And when they do, I guess it runs to the ground. And we've talked about, we've got extra grounding rods and all of that.
And we do know we do have to put in some extra triangle grounding wires out here. We do know that. We've been
so they say. But anyway, so I'm going to do something that's controversial.
Well, some people think it can't be done. I don't know if it can, but you think your mechanical mind, it should be done.
Well, the motor runs and the generator produces current. Why can't we just put a regular carburetor on it, a manual operated carburetor? Why can't we just have an off and on switch like you would on a lawnmower? The switch does automatically switch, the switch on the building. When the power goes off, that switch comes on, but I will have to start the generator manually. So I'm not worried about that. I don't mind having to start it and stop it manually. And then when when the power does come back on, the switch will automatically switch to house power. I don't know, some sort of magnetic thing in there that does that. And it's doing it on the Predator generator right here. So if it'll do it on the Predator, and I'm going to show you something in just a minute what we've done, a temporary fix. But so we're going to start pulling out. We're going to just start gutting everything off this generator in a minute. And so we're just going to take the control panel out. We're going to start taking all the wiring off. We're going to get it back down to the motor, to the generator, and then we're going to start building back up. Today, I don't know how far we're going to get, but we're going to give a start on it.
Yeah, and technically, the motor, I know I've asked him this much, it's running. It just seems like nowadays with all the new electronics, everything electronic, something goes wrong.
Yeah, the motor runs fine. The generator will produce current if you can start it. All right, so basically what we're doing for our temporary fix, we've got a 13,000 kW surge, I guess 10,000 regular Predator generator from Harbor Freight that I did disconnect this generator already from the auto switch. I did fix a plug-in. I tied into this, and I fixed a heavy-duty plug-in here. So all we do is plug it in, cut the generator on, and actually it runs everything except our main AC. But it will, if we cut everything off, it would run the main AC. But right now, we just run a couple window units if we need it right now. It'll run all our freezers, our refrigerator, our TV, our satellite. It runs runs everything except the big main AC. Now, if we cut everything off, it would run that, but...
I use my stove and the microwave. Microwaves tend to use, I know with our camper, a lot of power, but we just don't run everything at one time, but I did run everything last time.
Yeah, but anyway, so we do not run the main AC, the geothermal. We have our own water well, so the little thing's doing good. But I just want to fix this one, to be honest with you. I'm stubborn, hard-headed. I'm going to try it. You know what? If it doesn't work, I hadn't lost anything anyway.
I was going to say, it's broken anyway.
I'll take it apart, but I'll save all the components. And so if it doesn't work, I'll put it back together, and maybe I can find a better deal on the board. Those boards are expensive.
Or sell.
Okay, so just to ease anybody's concern, this is the power line going to the Generac generators, disconnected, taped off. This is the other power line. So the only thing here, we got one more. I don't know what these two here. I gotta figure, okay. Oh, that goes to this generator here. I did that. This is, okay, so that doesn't, thinking, what in the heck? But that's the little Predator generator I've got wired. So right here, I removed these fuses. There's 3 fuses that go right there, because that's a 120. I tested it, so that's a 120. And it was bringing power back right here to these wires. So like I say, I'm just supposed to gut all this, and we're going to get everything out, and then we're going to start from ground up, bringing it back up. That's what we're doing. All right.
Let me grab a box, put all that in.
I'm going to go ahead and start this with some of y'all. We've got these old love bugs. They're bad right now. Go ahead and pull this out. And like I say, I've already disconnected the power, so there's no power. I've disconnected inside the switch, so there's no wouldn't be a backfeed if the lights cut off, the power cut off, the switch would be no backfeed because I've disconnected it inside that. In just a minute, I will check it anyway. All right, that's the culprit. This little thing here is what it takes. Absolutely no electrical surge at all. If the power cuts off, cuts on, surges 2 or 3 times, blip. This little piece of junk Generac thing blows up. You know, it's just income for Generac, if you ask me. They made it sorry, in my opinion, and hey, I'm sorry. They made it junky. They made it where you have to hire somebody to come out and fix it. Most people do anyway. And guys, I'm just not going that route. I'm sorry. If I can't fix it manually, well, I'll give it to somebody else. But that's just my thought. So we're going to go ahead.
Big box, but I did bring some Ziploc bags for screws and stuff if you need it.
Now I will, just for safety, but I do know it's disconnected, so I'm not really worried about having current. But you know what? Just for safety, we will check it again. But if it's disconnected, there's no way that it can backfeed. It's disconnected. The line going, but you know, it doesn't take but a second to connect it and try it. So we're going to just check and be sure we don't have some kind of magical backfeed here. Nope, it is 0. Nothing there. No juice. So we've got no juice. So it's just good to be safe, guys. Better to be safe than one get hit and lights out. Ironically, when I was in high school, we had a diesel mechanic. Well, actually, he was just an all-around good mechanic that lived over in a little neighboring town. We were row crop farmers, and when something would happen above my pay grade, because I was kind of the go-to mechanic, I guess, on the farm back then, we'd call him over, and he had a big old tool truck. He could fix anything. He could fix anything from air conditioners to transmissions, hydraulics, you name it, he could fix it. And boy, it was bad. One Sunday evening, his air conditioner quit working in his house. And from what we were told, he went outside to check it. And when he bent over, when he put his hands on the AC unit, something in the unit had shorted out, and unfortunately, it killed him. Yeah. About an hour later, his wife was thinking, boy, he sure has been out there a long time. And y'all down here in the deep south, it's hot in the summertime. So unfortunately, she walked outside, and he was laying on the ground by the outside AC unit, and he had been electrocuted. It was a sad day, folks. So you got to be careful with electrical stuff. You want to always check and double check. I'm going to disconnect this wire here.
Okay, so we're recording, so you should be able to see where they're all going back to. Oh, so if you need to, right?
Yeah.
Did we take a picture of that?
You can, yeah.
Just before you disconnect it all.
Let me put that back in here.
I think you remember things and.
No, I'd rather you take a picture of it. I'll get it back in there. I'm not worried about that.
Those. Okay,
Yeah,
those are the main
in.
things. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have to go grab a few different tools here, guys. Yeah, give me just a second. I'll go grab some Allen wrenches.
The ones in your drawer?
All right, well, my wife Linda, she ran back to my shop, and I have my tool truck parked back there. So she got me some Allen wrenches and brought them back to me. So anyway, this is just a slow, painstaking process. It sure is a lot of wires in here, and I think I'm going to, actually, I think what I'm going to do after thinking about this, I think I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the propane to the generator, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and remove the wires coming into it because I've already disconnected them from the switch. And I think I'm going to bring this thing back to my shop and remove the entire casing so I can get to the back side of it. It'll just be a lot easier working on it if we got the entire casing removed. But meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and continue to just dismantle the wires, take off all the electronic stuff, take as much off right now as I can.
What is that you're taking apart?
I'm just pulling all, this is kind of like a bus bar.
Yeah, well, that is.
Well,
okay.
it's just where you bring in one wire with many connectors. I still don't know why they got so many stupid wires in this thing. I mean, this thing's got more wires than a dang. They got a lot of junk going on this generator. If you ask me, they could have built it a lot simpler. Probably cheaper and simpler, and probably would last longer. But they didn't ask me.
No, they did not. And all the new everything's electronic.
Yeah, all this electronic stuff is great, y'all. It would all in the perfect world where there's no electrical surges, there's no power lines that have limbs that falls and cause them to clap together and shoot surges into your home. In the perfect world, it works great. Problem is, we don't live in a perfect world. That's why we got a generator. All right. Slowly coming apart. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are,
Now, is this going to be part one?
yeah, this is part 2, actually.
Okay, part 2, but then.
Yeah, we're supposed to stop. We're running out of daylight, guys.
I'm sure you may have some opinions. How about it? You reckon? Whenever they watch this video? Maybe somebody's done this.
Yeah, if anybody's done this, please let us know. There's still a lot of wires that's got to come out of here. I'm just looking at the starter alone. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's like 6, 7 wires just going to the starter. I have no clue why it'd be so many wires going to the starter. I do understand the carburetor. I do understand how it idles up and down. So right here on the carburetor, we do have some electrical components going in there to control the idle. You know, I'm hoping I can figure out a bypass to make it a manual run carburetor. That's going to be a little study in there. That'll be a challenge, but that's what we're doing. We're trying.
Yeah, I know there's somebody on YouTube somebody told you to, and he's a generator specialist. I think he does a lot of it. I don't know if he does this kind of stuff though. But, anyway, I think he may have commented on I don't know, or somebody told you to go to him, but
Yeah.
surely somebody. I would just think you're not the first one to decide to do this.
Probably not. At least I'm trying.
Yeah, that's right.
I won't make a promise how it's going to end up, but you know what? It wasn't working anyway, and I'm tired of spending money on it. So if this works, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I'll just move on to the next project. But we did get a good start today. We got this out. We got the control, what I call the junkie control panel out. And we're about to put our tools up and call it a day. So guys, over and out for now.